Welcome to the world of branding. I'm Hazel with Hazel Luna Design and Golden Azul Creative. In my past couple of videos, I was talking about all things branding, starting off with my journey of branding, what that has looked like in my life, how I even got into this space, and what it means to create your own world. Today, I'm going to be talking about the art and your authenticity over likes and shares. Now, go ahead, grab your drinks, grab some snacks, grab a notepad, a pen, and let's dive in. The art. What do I mean by that? That means your business, the services that you offer, the products that you create, and maybe you do a little bit of both, maybe you do one or the other, but whatever it is, if you find yourself getting so focused over your shares, your likes, your comments, to the point that it's taking you away from the art of creating what you are creating, then it's time to pause. It's time to take a deep breath, release, and get back to your why and the intentions. There's a love for what you do, right? And like I said in the last video, I talked about the world of branding. If you have yet to watch that, please do so. And I want you to reconnect with that when you're getting too obsessed with social media. Because I know you want your product and your service to be out there. I know you want people using it. I know you want people working with you. That's why you started the business. You also, need to make a living. I understand all of that, but sometimes we can really get distracted by these things that are getting us caught up, and we're getting lost in the sauce, and it makes us spiral. So we need to take a moment to breathe and tap back in. And this is when you go and you look at your services and you look at your products and you fall in love with creating. So you look at the systems that you have in play and what does that experience look like for the person that is booking with you, for the person that is shopping with you. How is it on brand? How have you created this world? So is it user-friendly? Is it welcoming? Is it exciting? Is it colorful? What is it like? What is the process? So how are people finding you? Tap back into all of that. Actually write it down. Okay, these are how people are finding me. This is how I want people to find me. If it's social media, what are the platforms? If it's in person, how are you doing that in person? Are you going to networking events? Are you doing vendor events? Are you hosting your own events? Are you working with coffee shops to pop up for a day? And write all of that down and make sure you're always going back to the worlds that you're creating, because if what you're doing aligns with local, then partnering up with a local business is on brand. If it is related to coffee or books, going to a local bookstore is on brand. So you're thinking about that world and you're thinking about how people are finding you. If they're finding you on social media and your world has to do with books, then maybe you're partnering and collaborating with a bookstore on Instagram or on Threads or on Substack or wherever you're doing it, on whichever platform, you're keeping it in that world of your brand. How are people finding you? Write all of that down. How do you want people to find you online and offline? Because both are important. I understand if maybe you want to have a business where it's just in person or maybe it's just online, that's all good. But at least think about it. Think about what that looks like and then walk yourself through that journey. Once they've found you, how can they actually book with you? How can they actually shop with you? Are they going to your website? Are they going to an Etsy? What platform are you using for your website? Is it Shopify, Squarespace, Notion? What are you using? Actually go through everything. If you already have a website, make sure all of that wording, all of that copyright is on brand. All of those colors, all of those feelings. What do you feel when you click your website? Does it actually light you up? Does it actually bring you a sense of peace? Whatever feelings that you're wanting to convey, are you actually feeling that yourself? So you're thinking, oh my gosh, I am just want to throw my phone. No one likes my post. Why am I even creating? Pause and go back to the beginning. This is when you go back to curating your brand, because you may notice these little tweaks that you can adjust. You may notice that you are maybe even getting engagement, but you're not getting people clicking, and then you find out later that there's some missing link on your website. You see, this is where you're going back and then you're finding, oh, a new idea of someone you could collaborate that's on brand with you. You see what I'm saying? Or you find this vendor event because you're like, okay, I do actually want to do in-person. Vendor events is a great idea. And you find one that's happening when you're available and you have enough inventory to pop up and show up. And if you offer a service, you can still do vendor events. If you have questions about that, leave them in the comments below because we can get into that. I have done very well with vendor events as a service provider. And so you want to go back to that. You want to go through your website, whichever platform you're using, and click everything, read everything through, click everything, actually indulge in your website. And the goal is for people to automatically know who you are and what you do when they go to your website, automatically get that, and then want to just learn more and want to dig through. So indulge and see if that's coming up for you. See if there's any missing links, broken links. What is it like? Go through all of that. Once they've actually booked with you, what is the next step in the process of working with you? What if someone purchased a product from you? What does the shipping process look like for you? If you don't already have that down, then sometimes we aren't actually bringing in the business because we don't have the foundation set. So it's like we're blocking our own blessing. So go in there and fall in love with the art and your authenticity, who you are, over the likes and shares. And sometimes when you're noticing that you are obsessing over the likes, sometimes it is, okay, I need to go back to the art. So the process. I feel like everyone has an art. When I say art, I don't mean you're a painter or singer or dancer. I mean whatever your business is, your brand. So fall in love with the brand again. Let's say that, right? So your art, the brand, there's going through the process of everything, which is what I'm explaining now. But sometimes the missing link and what you need to reconnect with is just your brand and you in and of itself. And that's going back into building that world, which is what I mentioned in the last video. So both of these are important because you need to recognize there's gonna be times where you're feeling frustrated. It's inevitable, right? Because you want to make progress, and sometimes that progress seems like front and center through a like and engagement. However, if your intention is to make money, a like and engagement isn't necessarily going to get you there. It can help, but it's not the full package. So we want to make sure we really get everything else done so we can really reach that true goal of bringing in money to your business and feeling confident about what you're bringing to the table. So like I was saying, you've gone through, you know how people are finding you online and or offline, and now you have your website, people are clicking, you've gone through everything. Now people are purchasing. They're saying, I want to work with you. I don't know if they filled out a form. I don't know if they've called you. I don't know what that looks like. But once they've done that for that product, what's the shipping process look like for you? Do you have a day of the week that you plan to go to the post office? Is it made to order, so you don't actually make the product until someone orders it? What does that look like? Do you have the shipping boxes, bags already prepared? Are you going to the post office to do it? Are you shipping it, like have a scale and you making the labels at home? What does that look like? Is the packaging, does it speak to your brand, the feelings? What do you want people to feel when they open it? Maybe you want to save on cost, so you're not doing anything super fancy aesthetically, but you're making sure that it's clean and crisp, and maybe you leave a little note. Maybe you don't have time to leave a little note, but you want to leave a little note so you can't actually handwrite it. You already have it typed up, print out, and cut out, so whenever you get those orders, you can just place it in there. If you're doing services, then what does that next step in the process look like? Are you doing a consultation? Are you automatically sending them an invoice? How are you sending them your proposals? How are you sending them your invoice? Do you have a client management system? For example, I use HoneyBook. I have within HoneyBook, I already have files and templates saved. So when someone wants to work with me, I maybe just tweak it a little bit to customize to them. But for the most part, it's just like already saved. I just click, 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 go. And you can even automate some of this. If you are someone who your intention is you really want to create, but you want to have lots of freedom and time with your family or time in your hobbies, you don't want to be working in the business as much, then having those automations in place is going to be crucial for you. So again, you're not blocking yourself. You're like, I'm not getting these likes and engagements. You're overthinking it, but that's not your intention. Your intention is to bring in money, but not have to be in your business every single day. You have a percentage of how much you want to be in your business a month. And so you're maybe blocking yourself because you don't have all of these systems in place. Like I just said earlier, you don't have the systems in place, so it's almost like you're blocking yourself. So sometimes these little tweaks make a big impact, and just even how you're showing up. You can show up more confidently, and maybe that starts to bring in more people. That starts to bring in more eyes. People can feel your energy. They can sense that. So walk yourself through the whole entire process. Once they are done booking with you, this is the last step. Once they're done booking with you, working with you, like they've already got the product, they've already got the service. For example, I am a photographer. That's one of the many things I do. I've sent the photos, and then what do I do after that? Do they need to leave a review? Do I want them to leave a review? Where do I want them to leave a review? Are there certain things I'd like for them to mention? Hey, I'd love for you to leave a review and let me know what your experience was like working with me. How was it booking with me? How did you like the photos? What is it that you want them to talk about, and where do you want them to leave it? Do you want to work with these clients again? Do you want this person to continue shopping with you? Do they get a referral code? Do they get a coupon code? What is it that they can receive? How can you continue to stay in touch with them? So that's my message for you today. Sometimes we can get very distracted. It's so easy to do that and like look at that. There's a word for it, but that immediate like thing of saying like, oh, okay, I got it, someone liked it. But that's, what is a like on your post, or what is a follow on your social media, or what is a share, or any of that? They can be great, but what is that if it's not getting you to your end goal? So we want to make sure we're not blocking ourselves from what our true intentions are, and we want to make sure we are showing up confidently and authentically. And sometimes we get distracted by the likes, by the follows, by the shares, and it takes us away from who we truly are. So you can connect with your art and your brand by going into your systems, looking at the process of everything, the client experience, making sure it's on brand and it's all written out and there's a system in place. And then the other side that we can look at is looking at us showing up authentically, and that's through going through who we are. Like I shared all of that in the last video. Check it out, The World of You. Building a brand. So this has been a fun little series. I have one more video to share after this, and we are going to continue talking about all things branding. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Much love.